The
Radio.
fuck?
I
I'm
am your
sorry,
host.
suave ass motherfucker. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen?
What's going on, lady? You are listening to the Quiet Storm. What's going
Ow!
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is the Breaks Radio. I'm one of your hosts, Hayes. That asshole is the red wine connoisseur himself, Marquise. What's going on, bro?
Same shit. New day. Red wine cup. Red cup, red wine today.
We also got the great one, Baylor. The great is in the building. What's going on, Baylor?
Hey man, don't matter what side you from, no matter what coast, or no matter what continent, you gotta know who Run DMC is. You have to.
Absolutely, absolutely. Did y'all see my tweet the other day where I said you can't call yourself a hip hop head if you don't know who Cool G Rap is, and the young heads try to go in?
You went viral?
I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
So it started off good. The first like 10 comments were all people like, yeah, Cool G is amazing or whatever else, and have a conversation. And then about midway through the day, of course, here come the youngsters.
But my question is, why is it when it comes to hip hop or even sports, why do they get offended? This is like learning your black history.
That's what I'm
Just in,
saying.
just in a different field. Like you gotta know your history before you start popping off to me.
Motherfucker told me Migos are a better rapper than Cool G Rap. And I was like, you know what? I'm not even finna talk to you, bro.
Don't
Dude,
we gotta stop going back and forth with people like that.
you gotta tag
Yeah.
me in, bro. You gotta put me in, coach. Put me in, coach.
It's not, but the thing is, it don't even be worth it. I literally be like, you know what? Once people start saying shit like that, I used to go back and forth to prove my point, but then I started realizing like, there's no saving niggas like that. You just gotta let them have it, man. You gotta let them live in their ignorance.
But some of them not even look to be saved. Some of them out there truly trolling. They are smart enough to know that if they throw out content like that, somebody is gonna bite, and then it's gonna start up a whole thread.
I'm learning that hip hop is starting to become a lot like politics. It's more about who's popular, and it's not even an opinion, an individual opinion. It's more of a mass opinion, and they got to
Mm,
be right because it's a collective. Oh no, Drake's the greatest rapper alive because he got and he got the ladies and everything. So
yeah.
the argument about Cool G Rap and comparing that to the Migos, I mean, Nas will tell you right away. Cool G Rap is one of the people who inspired him. So think about that.
Hey, well, to piggyback off of what you just said, though, I think hip hop it been politics.
That's what I
Yeah,
said. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
too
it
political at this point.
yeah. I think it's more politics than than the shit that they got going over there in DC. You know what I
I,
mean?
I don't know if y'all checked it. Did anybody watch the Drink Champs with Drez?
I have not.
No, no. I was just telling him I was watching the Havoc and Styles P episode.
I'm gonna tell you, Drez is actually pretty profound. So here's a little story about him. He's one of those dudes that, all right, back in the day, um, in the industry, we all know that there's these certain rappers that people just know, like
Mhm.
they're just cool with everybody, but there's a reason why they're cool. But they're also honest and they're respected. When I grew up, like I knew some of them because I was not in the inner circle, but I was around enough. Drez is one of those people that people didn't fuck with. Like his logic was sound, but his logic was only based on his deduction, and anything would turn him off in a minute. He probably got a couple of bodies on him. I'm not going to point that out, but that's who Drez is. He's respected. So two things that popped up. He talked about, what people's perspective on hip hop and the downfall of it. The moment it got to MTV Raps, it got mainstream, but then when it got to North Dakota, it was taken from us. That's one.
Mm.
And two, he has a major story about Pac. That was crazy. I'm not going to tell you it, but coming from him, you got to respect it. And
Okay.
there's a lot behind it. I'll try to find the earmark where it's at so I can reference it because it's about a 3 hour. He talks a lot. He preaches,
We'll
but
put that in the chat. Then we need
yo,
that.
Yeah,
when I
we
tell
definitely
you
need that in the chat.
this Pac story, that's all I'll say. All
Okay.
right, let's move on. My bad.
Okay. No, you're good. You're good. You're good. All right, let's get into the first topic for today. We got Ti. So he had his first set at the Laugh Factory. Videos have come out for it. I know, Marquise, we were talking before that you haven't gotten a chance to watch it yet. Baylor was about to go in our pre-record into talking about it. So I'm going to go to you first on this, Baylor. What did you think of Ti's first stand-up set?
From the small portion that I seen, he was extremely comfortable. My
Mhm.
my my question was, I don't. to me, I thought it didn't matter who the status was. That they don't normally allow you to take pictures or video inside of a
Mm,
comedy special.
for sure.
So, so that was something different. But he seems comfortable. Now, will he continue this on as a career? You know what? Why not? Why not? Now, will we take him seriously? He got to make some cats laugh. You
Take
know
a
what I
comedian
mean?
serious.
Hmm.
But look, I'm not going to say he can't do it because someone will come along where we be like, he started out as, or he did this first to get where, you know what I mean? So, but I know it's hard to believe that a one-time trap star turned into a philosopher, who turned into a TV star, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, turned into a comedian. But I mean, he could be a man of many talents. He seemed very comfortable up there.
Can I? I'll say this: comedy is funny because it's real. It's
Mm.
just how it's delivered. And the shit he been
Good
through, I
point.
imagine his stories,
The
the
key word
comedy
is
behind that.
the key word is delivery, and his delivery was solid, and he wasn't afraid to talk about himself. The first thing that he popped
That's
off
some
with
smart.
was, "I know y'all expecting me to say a big word."
That's a nice icebreaker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
Eh. Yeah, Marquis, I really would love, even if it's not on the recording, for you to see this and tell us what you think about it, because it was surprisingly competent. And like I was telling you guys beforehand, I had no expectations for it at all. I literally thought he was going to be terrible. That's what I was expecting, and I was pleasantly surprised that it was that of how good it was.
so I'm gonna watch it. Like I said, I didn't know that it was actually available. The one thing about Ti that I respect is Ti is genuinely him. Like there's no ifs ands or buts about it. Like he's him. You know he a real nigga, right?
Mhm.
Two, when you saw him in what was the movie Atlanta, he can act because he is him. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
it all comes down to his delivery. He's one of those dudes that he's funny until he's not. You know what I mean?
Good point.
So I and I don't. There's nothing that I don't think Ti can do that's not within his realm. You know what I mean? So as far as I know, he's an intelligent dude. I mean, the stuff that he talks about when when it comes to Black history, or he's knowledgeable. Like he knows his shit. So I mean, he's not a childish Gambino, Donald Glover, but he does have, if he puts his mind to something, I can see him delivering it, on the piece again. So I'm not surprised that it's dope. Again, it all comes down to the delivery. So the question is, who coached him on the delivery?
Mm, good point.
American
Good point.
Gangster, he stepped out of his character. I thought he was pretty good in American Gangster.
That's
True.
true.
Yeah.
That's
That
true.
was the
Yeah.
first time where I was like, that's not Ti right there. That's a country boy. Um, that's a young country boy right there. That's
And
not.
what there was another movie he was in last year, year before. Was it with Anthony Mackie?
He was a couple of things. He was also in the Ant Man.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I know that's not
that's
serious. I know.
yeah, but yeah,
yeah.
I mean, but yeah, hats off to Ti for a stand up and just on versatility. You love to see Black Kings be versatile and not painted in a box. And there you go. Let's get into the next one, which is a little bit wild news. So Kanye has appointed Antonio Brown president of Donda Sports. Marquee.
Let me. You know what? I had this argument, and I think it's interesting that it's funny because I think his birthday is in July, right? So that makes him a Gemini. Wait till M gets to that. Um, I think Kanye's capitalizing on what do we want to call them? Broken birds.
mm, okay.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like he
Yeah.
wants to be the broken bird savior when he
Hmm.
did with the baby Marilyn Manson. Now with Antonio Brown, like
Yeah.
I think that's he has a method to his madness, but I think he doesn't want to be the only broken person. So he's surrounding himself with broken people and being a kingmaker.
Mm, okay. All right. What about you, Baylor? What are you making of this?
It's a headline grabber to me. I believe, but I do believe exactly what Marquis said. But all this points back to just straight ego. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? To prove that, y'all called this man this, that, and the third. Y'all did the same thing to me, but now I'm putting this man in a position of power to show y'all that he's not who y'all think he is. So it's gonna be one of those things where we're gonna let it see play out. But to me, it has ego written all over it.
I got two more things.
But
Then why did he do someone Colin Kaepernick? One and two, he's following in Jay Z's footsteps because Jay Z has his own sports agency.
yeah, I mean, he
Who's to
didn't do it
say?
with Colin Kaepernick because he wants it still to be like he doesn't want to be attached to that movement. Kanye does not want to be attached to that movement. So
Now, who's to say Kaepernick wants to be attached to his movement?
That
that
is very
too.
true.
That
That is
is
very
too.
true.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts
On what?
on Antonio Brown and
I
Kanye?
mean, at this point, I take everything Kanye does as a stunt until like the proof is in the pudding. What is anything going to actually come down to sports? Is this going to be something that years from now we're like, oh yeah, that was a nice little press release that didn't shit amount from it. And the thing is with Kanye, like
Mm.
I feel like the thing with Kanye is that he gets bored with what he does and he starts new ventures and he ends up always just going back to the same shit. So I don't know if I trust this to actually turn into something. I guess is where I stand with it right now.
I will say this: if he creates enough noise and gets enough attention and become respected, and enough people surround themselves and to start gravitating towards him in the
Mm-hmm.
league, I can see him making some noise. I can see people like, you know what, he's too loud. Let's try to control this nigga and give him what he wants. We have how many black football coaches in the league right now? Now we have two, right? Lovey
Mm-hmm.
Smith. Okay. Um, he's going to be a focal point to try to make it an issue, and try to give other people opportunities to try to have that be that voice because it grabs attention. So if he does it right, I can see him making noise. I think he's doing it for the wrong reasons because it's all focused on him and his
Yeah.
attention. But if it's done right, he can make noise.
That's what I'm afraid of. Is that if he does too many things right, I just think about history.
Mm.
I got a question. So me and Mary had an argument today. Um, who who brought whose value up more? Because we know that Kanye is now worth more than Jay. Was it Bay for Jay or Kim for Kanye?
No, I think Kanye would have got there regardless. Um,
Okay, I agree.
yeah, I think Kanye would have got
I
there
agree with that.
regardless.
She didn't.
I
Yeah.
actually, I actually say neither.
I mean, Jay probably would have got there regardless too, but I think that Jay being attached to Beyonce brought a new level of awareness to him
That's
that
exactly.
Kanye had anyway, just because of his personality. So that's the difference there.
And Virgil helped
Yeah,
Kanye a
Virgil
lot
as
more.
well. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. All right, let's move on to the next one. Pusha T says that he's going to be stepping away from cocaine references and that he's growing up at 45, I believe, years old. He's saying he's growing up now. What do you think? And this, and you know, in the actual quote, I'm talking about that he wants to get a little bit more conscious with his content on this next album. We'll talk about his new single that's actually surprisingly produced by Kanye West. But what do you think about Pusha T's content growing up some? Marquis, go to you
His
first on this one.
first song is called Diet Coke, dude. It's about
True,
Coke.
but the
That's a
content in it
step
though,
forward. That's a step
but
forward.
but the
It's
content
diet.
in it, the content of the
Uh,
song is not. I
it's
get what you're
still a
saying.
metaphor for
Yeah.
no matter what, you're still rapping about it and using different analogies and metaphors referencing Coke. I get it. You're saying you're
Yeah,
not selling Coke, how much snow you sell, but you're still referencing Coke and tying it in. So
I'm not mad at him.
I'll
He
never
said
be mad at him. I
he
just go
said
back to what you know.
he says he's trying to get away from what he's been rapping about all his life. Yet and still, he did have Fat Joe all over that record.
Yeah.
Crack, crack,
Yeah.
crack, crack, crack,
Right,
crack,
but
crack, 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 crack.
it's gonna be one of those things. I'm telling you, man. Nas slapped everybody in the face with these last two albums. What he sent the message.
Three. Three. Let's not
Yeah,
forget Magic.
Two and a
yeah.
half.
Yeah, okay.
That wasn't a
Yeah.
smack in the face. That was
Yeah.
like a challenge you to a duel.
That was the jab that sets up the uppercut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he showed you got to step it up, not just with your bars, but with the production as well. Can you grab the ear of two different demographics? You know what I'm saying? Two different eras, two different decades, or multiple decades, I should say.
I agree.
And
Yeah.
and And I think pushes is smart. I think he can do it. I still have to hold him to the same weight that I hold every other artist that came out around his time or before, and that's I gotta hear it. I gotta hear it.
That's fair. That's fair. You've always said anytime rap, what are you rapping about? And I
Yeah,
think this first single, while it is called Diet Coke, and I get Marquis' point there, I will say that it's not what I expected from him for a first single. I will say that. The content isn't hugely changed, but it does, I can see the route that he's going in. And what I will say, a Pusha T that focuses more on conscious content could be very, very dangerous.
yeah. He's
I
So
slick.
100% agree with that.
He's slick with it.
I 100% agree with that. If you let him out the box, you have no idea what will come out, and he has the potential to do it. Because I damn sure didn't think he was going to do what he did to Drake.
mm,
Um,
yeah.
I just want to see how he's going to orchestrate his tracks now. Like he's, I don't want to say free, but no, I would say it. He's free
oh,
now.
Kanye's on
So
it though, but
I
I
get
think
it.
he had control over his a little bit more control over the last couple of albums.
Who Pusha?
Yeah,
No, I mean from what I remember reading, it's been a minute. I feel like Kanye chose the track list of those albums.
you know what? You're right. I remember Kanye didn't like the album that was going to come out, and that's why he kind of scrapped that project. You're right.
Yeah. So
But the album before that, the Prelude, I think he
yes,
chose that one.
that was
Yeah,
Pusha. That was
that was
Pusha.
dope.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
dope.
So I'm
And
excited about Pusha's like this next album not being on Good Music. Now let's go ahead and talk about the single, which is our next topic. Pusha T released Diet Coke, a visual and the actual single. Did you guys get to see the visual for it?
yeah, so
All
we
right.
saw Kanye ass dancing in the video.
I feel like Kanye is just screaming for attention, but fuck the visual. What did you guys make of the song, Baylor?
I thought it was solid.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It wasn't nothing. It was one of those. All right, I need something else. It was a good warm up. It was a good warm up.
Okay. I like that. I like that. I don't know if it's technically his first single or if it's just a song he released from it, but if it is just a warm up, this is a pretty good one. Marquis, what do you think?
I think the formula now is to get the appetite wet. I think
Mm,
Kendrick did that with Be Humble. When it
mhm.
first came out, everybody's like, "This is your first single," and then when I heard it, I was like, "This is gonna fit into the album." And then it was like, "Holy shit, this fits into the album." Then you
Yeah.
heard DNA and everything else. I think that's what this is. Never release your hottest track, especially when you're already established. Release something that can grab attention, that'll still like I got a little interest, and then the bar is already set. So anything above that first single is fire. If he
Yeah.
releases hottest and you heard something else that was mediocre, then you're like, all right, you already dropped your load already. So
Which they used to do back in the day, which
because you
would
had to,
Yes.
they would lead with their best single,
you
and
had
then
to.
I would go, you go check out what else they have. But if you're already an established artist,
You could drop it.
you could put out that third tier track, and then you
Exactly.
go find out, oh, Rare is dope. You know what I mean? Now, man, I ain't
Even
gonna lie.
though Nas, yeah, say it, bro. Say it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Say it.
hey Hayes, I got
Say it.
Ultra Black is one of my
Yeah.
favorite Nas songs of all time, bro.
Oh,
I
that's not
understand why.
shocking at all. That's
That
like Ultra Black. This is what I will say. Ultra Black is one of my favorite feel good rap songs of all time already.
that shit feel good, don't it?
Like it feels
God,
amazing.
I try
It's
to
And
like up
find.
there
and
with We
it's
Gonna Be All
Black
Right.
History Month. It's Black
All
History. Matter
right.
of fact, I'm saying it right now. Every podcast episode that we have for the month of February, I'm ending with Ultra Black.
I'm
Yeah,
good with that.
So but yeah, Ultra Black
I
is
agree with
is
that.
amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I I guess because I listen to every Nas song in existence, even the bonus track and everything like that, right?
Mhm.
And I remember the one time when Baylor, you brought it up, that was one of your favorite. And I was like, really? That one of those songs that will stand the test of time? And then I sat back, I'm like, this is so relaxed Nas, so progressive. It fits in, yet it stands out at the same time. I was like, I can see that now.
if
Yep.
you
Ultra
listen
Black
to
is
it,
some next level shit. Yeah.
if you listen to it when you down and out, oh man, that shit feel good.
Yeah.
Except unless you're Doja Cat, but I get it.
Which my King's Disease 2 vinyl is just got notification that it got shipped. So
That's
I
dope.
can't wait. I can't wait.
Can I can I
But
can I, can I say something real quick?
yeah.
Let's stop and pay homage to King's Disease too. Like, I'm sorry, I'm still think that's the best album of the decade. I'm just gonna again, I'm gonna say that.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, we're 1 year into the decade, but I feel where you're coming from.
We're 2 years in the decade.
Yeah,
Oh
well,
yeah. Shit. God damn.
we still, we still got
Damn.
we still got some years to go,
Yeah.
but you
Until
know.
I hear an album to take that out,
I,
I get you.
as of right now, and so my albums of the decade so far, the Victoria Monet, that was last year, right?
That was during the pandemic.
So that is that. Of course, King's Disease 1 and 2, and then Lil Sims, easily.
Okay, that's a good follow.
Yeah, it's fire.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, Benny the Butcher, J. Cole track. I really can't wait to talk to you guys about this one because I have something to say about this track. I have something to say about this track.
I don't know what you're gonna say, but I just know
I
if
need a J. Cole and Benny the Butcher mixtape album, something immediately. Immediately.
if-
Scrap every fucking thing that they working on, go into the booth right fucking now and go and make the goddamn project. That's what the fuck I need. Listen, this shit was excellent. Excellent. I love this track. Go ahead, Marquis. Go ahead, man.
I got a question. No, Baylor, you first. You first.
have y'all remember that episode on Family Matters when we found out Steve Urkel could play basketball?
Yeah.
That's how I felt like J. Cole rapping next to Benny. Like we know who J. Cole is, but we know what Benny talks about. So it's like, wait, what are you doing in the trap house? What are you doing here, buddy? You just overseas playing basketball
In Africa.
which he brought up, by the way. Yeah, no, I'm with you on that one. I'm with you on that one. I want to that's like sweet and sour sauce right there.
Wow.
I think you just named this episode, bro. I think you just named this episode "Sweet and Sour Sauce."
That was amazing.
I think you just named this
That
episode.
was amazing.
Marquis, man, I love it when you pass it off because when you do that, I know you're about to say some shit that's either going to completely derail what we're going on right now, or it's going to take us to new heights. What do you got for us?
So, when MCs respect other MCs, right?
Mm-hmm.
They step in the booth and they put their hottest shit. And you can tell when some rappers come in and put their mediocre shit. And then you also know when some rappers get outside of their lane to try to fit into a lane to show the other people that I can stand into this lane. I can go into the trap house.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happened here. And Benny also stepped his shit up. You know what I mean? Like I'm rapping next to a legend. I'm me, but I'm gonna step it up a bit. Like I'm gonna do me. But J. Cole was like, so I understand I want the mixtape too. I don't think this would be a Jason Freddy. And I think that's a good thing. You know what I'm talking about?
I feel you.
Like a Fabulous and Jadakiss.
Yeah.
Where it just fits. Actually, no, that's wrong because we didn't know that. This is exactly like that. We didn't know that would fit well until we heard the mixtape, and then we heard the album. We were disappointed. You get what I'm saying? I think this would be just that without the disappointment if it stays a mixtape.
Listen.
They playing chess.
You know how you hear something for the first time and you expected that it'd probably be okay. You weren't quite like this is like walking into a hole in the wall bar and they have the best drinks you've ever had in your life.
Or strip club when they have the best steak.
Strip club wings are fucking amazing. So anyway,
this is like this is like driving home and you catch every green light.
Baylor.
Okay.
Whoa.
He's killing it tonight. Baylor's killing it tonight. All right.
Let's say it was a good day.
Let's move on to the next one. We're getting into our TV section. We got 2 Power TV shows. First of all, Power Book 2 finale.
Yeah, I know you bad.
Fucking hated this finale. And not because nobody really died or anything like that. Just because this felt like just a regular episode of Power. Power usually nails their finales and their premieres usually completely set the tone or leave you anxious to be like, I can't wait till we get to the next season. This episode just felt like a middle of the season episode to me. It did not feel like a finale at all.
Yeah, it felt like they tried to hurry up and get to Tommy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate the fact that we lost Zeke like that. That was the dumbest death in the whole season.
I don't
The
think he
nigga,
did.
he got no, they reported it.
No, remember?
I think he witness protection.
No, bro. He's
Why?
dead.
Go ahead, finish your story. I'll tell you why.
The detective called Mary.
Yeah.
I mean,
Go ahead.
unless he is considered
Did you
a
see him
snake.
die?
No,
You know what? I will say this though. Marquis has a point, because what could have happened is that he could not to say that he didn't get shot, but he could have got shot, went to the hospital, and been like, "Fuck it, I'm telling everything. I'm telling every fucking thing."
Who called? Who called Monet?
I don't know his name, but this
The white-
I
The
call
white
him
detective, right?
I called him the shady detective. Yeah.
Yeah.
The white detective that he went to and said, "You have something to tell me," and he went there again twice when he saw his girl committed suicide.
Wait, but why
Right?
would he risk his job like that?
What do you mean? That's not risking his job. He's basically telling him, "No, that's not risking your job."
No, he's probably going to get a promotion because of that.
Because he's gonna testify against all of them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to tell him what I know.
Yeah.
I
Hey,
blew
look,
your motherfucking mind, didn't I?
I hope you're right though, because
I know I'm right.
He shot this nigga from
Way far with a handgun.
with a hand.
With a handgun, not a rifle. You gonna shoot
Lorenzo
somebody?
needs to go. He's an idiot, bro. I've never seen a show make somebody seem like such a badass and a boss when they're behind bars and they get out and seem incompetent.
Yeah. Dated. Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is going? Like,
he's still selling mixtapes out of the back of his trunk.
exactly. Let's run it down. Right, first, your woman takes you to fucking Coney Island like you're a 16-year-old kid.
He was happy.
You're driving around. You're the boss. You're driving around, dropping off drugs to your corner boys, exposing yourself
with that dumb ass chain on too.
Exactly. Your son is supposed to be your link to the connect. He bitched you around for a couple of episodes. He's a cuck. Let's get that on top of everything else. Like, the motherfucker is just dumb, bro. He's an idiot. You shot your fucking nephew, right? Apparently your stepson, and you didn't, like, come on, man. Like, Mecca's not tall, bro.
Can we talk about how nobody can trust Mary though?
Oh no, she's out. Like, her kids can't, her dude can't. No, Tariq definitely can't. Mary is out for herself. She just wants to get out the game. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if she goes into witness protection with Zeke if he is in witness protection.
This is the one thing about this season that just drives me crazy. Nobody trusts anybody. Like everybody
trusts Effie.
Yeah, Effie.
But they shouldn't. She's the one they shouldn't trust.
Lauren. Now Lauren was reported dead. Car accident.
Okay.
Lauren's dead.
She's dead, and the only reason why I say that she's dead is because of the emotional reaction that they showed the other, like that. The lawyer, the female lawyer, would not have acted that way if it wasn't true. I believe that. It's weird that they didn't show it though, but I do believe she's dead. Maybe they left it with the door open in case of something, but yeah.
You don't want to see Lauren get killed.
Hey, they brought that detective back that I love to hate.
Who?
I don't know her name.
At the end, the one with the weird voice. It always sounds like she's talking on her tongue.
From what I've heard, she's forcing her New York accent.
Is that what it is? Sounds like a forced New York accent.
I think Mary said that, like, she's forcing her accent to be like,
okay. Well, that makes sense.
I can't stand her. She is a fucking pest, bro.
Yeah, she's annoying as shit. Listen, this next season is going to get interesting. It wasn't a good finale to me, but I'm still definitely excited for whatever they do next. That's for damn sure. It just, as a finale, just kind of fell flat for me. But one thing that didn't, is there any other comments on the finale before we move on?
Yes, let's get the white chocolate. Let's get the white chocolate. Let's get
go ahead, Marquis.
His boy stepped up.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
Brady is
Brady
the
stepped up.
white boy
MVP.
MVP of the
Wait,
fucking
MVP.
year in Black History Month, no less.
watch this though. Watch this though, Marquise. Is this the first time that white privilege helped out Black history? Is that not true?
I mean, 50 voted for Trump, so
He admitted everything. He put everything on himself, and this
but
nigga's
didn't get
about to go.
charged.
And
And
Didn't
he
didn't
get
get
no
about to,
charged for
charge.
shit.
no, he
Nope.
about to go to
I was
hockey
dealing
camp.
drugs. I own that shit. I'm the biggest drug dealer on campus.
And he told him the
Then
operation.
And he
moonwalked
ain't
out.
gonna be expelled from school either because his daddy, like that's crazy. Yeah.
Then moonwalked out.
I'm gonna tell y'all what though. Oh, I can't wait till we get to Tommy. But
Go ahead, because I got a couple things to go
no,
ahead.
no, but Tate's. I need Tate's spinoff.
They have done a good job of making me
Told
excited
you.
for Tate's spinoff.
Told you.
They've done a very good job. And so
Told you.
what I think's going to happen is that we're going to see, so it's going to be Power, then book 2, Tommy. We're going to get back to Raising Kanan. Then we're going to go into Tate's shit, and then we're going to get Power book 2 again.
Okay, let's get into Tommy's because I got. Oh, my bad. You got it.
So, they're going full circle to make sure that Tariq ends up like Ghost.
Yeah.
That's number one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Zeke is not dead. 3, I hate the way this dude died. Like
Mecca?
that. Mecca
Ooh.
died like that. He killed his sushi maker. He's a cold-hearted, killer, a boss man, whatever.
He was pussy
And-
whipped.
I know, but that's it.
Listen,
I
Mary
wanted to show down.
Mary J's coochie must be like, well, not the character, not Monet's coochie must literally have like little midgets inside of it that all dance on your dick while you, because literally this motherfucker, like 25 years later, you're still pussy whipped.
And I don't know how, because she has a attitude every day, bro.
She's one of those chicks. Is she mad at me?
Exactly.
Let me give you my last point. If this is done right, the way everybody betrayed Tariq might be one of the coldest motherfuckers alive in the next season, because everybody did him dirty except Braden. And now you're looking at it.
And from his point of view, Effie as well. I do think what might push him over the edge is when he finds out that Effie killed Lindsay. At that point, he's ghost. He's ghost at that point. So
yep. Because what Diana did to him, and he figured it out, and he was like, you know what, y'all fucking did it. Fuck it, whatever. It is what it is. Now let's move on. He's letting shit go. Go ahead.
I do want to mention, great, powerful scene with Yasmin being dropped off to Tasha. And Tariq being in the car and Tasha looking and noticing, like without necessarily seeing him, knowing that Tariq was in that car. That was a great scene, a powerful scene. Yeah. I love that scene.
That was the best scene. That's the heartstring one. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
who
called the deaths? Who called the bodies?
We called them.
Somebody called. Yeah, I think M called Zeke.
Probably.
I think I said Zeke too, right?
I know.
I said Lorenzo. I said Lorenzo, but I think I said Zeke too. No, I said Drew. I said Drew.
Yeah, one of my. I
said Drew too.
Yeah,
I said Drew, and I forgot who else. No, I think we said Lauren. Did we say Lauren?
I know I didn't say Lauren. I think she was dead.
We'll just have to go back and check.
We'll have to run the tapes.
I know y'all called Kane. I know a bunch of y'all called Kane.
Yeah.
I was like, I know Kane ain't dying. I knew Kane was gonna die.
What I will say, Kane low key becoming one of my favorite characters.
He has
now, and not to say that I wouldn't still like to see him catch a bullet, but only because he's one of the realest. Like, he literally looks at Monet and shit like, damn, like, you cold fucking blooded. Like, everything, he looks at all these motherfuckers. Like, even Diana, when she does some shit, he like, damn, you doing, like, he reacts in a realistic way, where it's like Drew is just like, oh, okay.
I hate him.
He
I thought Drew was gonna die. I hate Drew, yo.
Yeah.
To Hayes' point, Kane does look at Mary as like 50-50, like mom, boss. You know what I mean? And it's sometimes
if it wasn't for the mother part, Kane would have killed Monet
a long time ago.
Oh, yeah.
Easy. Easy.
Yeah.
So I call it. I'm telling you right now, Zeke ain't dead. That's my prediction.
Okay.
Hope
All
not.
right. Let's get into Power for. Listen here. First of all, the fact that Tommy got a fucking black brother, that whole scene was driving me crazy. I will say this: I felt like this episode was paced weird, right? But I think I think it was intentional to make you feel out of place, like Tommy was out of place. But other than that,
Wow.
you
Very
didn't,
good.
yeah,
Very
yeah,
good.
and I really do like it because I watched it 3 times, and every time I'm like, this is just really, it's weird. It's paced really weird. And then I'm like, well, you know what? Maybe that's to put us in the mindset of the character of Tommy, because you see him, and for the first time, Tommy's always walked around New York like he runs the motherfucker because he was crazy as shit. And we're seeing Tommy really having to allocate himself for the first time in a new environment. And I think that's what we were supposed to be feeling, what he was feeling during that. But go ahead. Who wants to take this one away first on their thoughts?
Good, B. Because I got questions.
Nigga.
Okay.
So
Go
look,
for it.
this is what I want to say. I want to say after this season, he's going to LA. You want to know because of those 2 phone calls from LA.
And we don't know who he's talking to either.
We don't know who he's
That
talking
was one of
to,
my questions.
but he said, I had to make a pit stop. I mean, he didn't say it like that, but he said, I made a stop real quick, and he was supposed to be there yesterday. So I think the cliffhanger is going to be something major, and Tommy's going to get his ass to LA.
And the important thing that needs to be pointed out about that too is that could very well be possible, because we got to keep in mind, at least from what we know, so this whole episode happened before he appeared in Power Book 2 in the first season. So this whole first season could be Chicago, and then it could transition to after he came back to New York to help Tariq, and then he can be going to California.
So we don't know the timeline, is what you're saying.
No, well, we don't know if it's going to be this way the whole season, but this episode happened directly after the finale of Power Book 1. So this is before he came back to help Tariq with Monet and everything.
Okay. But he told his boss, "Fuck you! I don't want a boss. I'm staying here. I'm going to be my own boss." Okay. How many people let people walk in the middle of a drug deal that and just what the fuck?
Yeah, he is the only nigga that just he really does stuff by himself.
He doesn't give a fuck. Like, literally, he does not care at all. Like, and the fact that it seems like he doesn't care if he lives or dies in many ways, like Tommy is such an unpredictable character, and that's what makes this whole show is to see people because keep in mind, in Power, everybody was used to him being unpredictable. Ghost knew how to manage Tommy's wild side. These are characters that have no idea who the fuck Tommy is, and to see them deal with this unpredictable motherfucker is hilarious.
Is it me, or am I the only one who looks at him like he's an albino nigga?
He is.
I mean, like he looks like albino nigga, right?
In the racial draft, he is absolutely a nigga.
Yeah, me and my cousin got this thing that we call some of the white athletes and white actors. We say they with us.
Get down.
So
they just can't say the nigga. That's all.
Yeah, no, they can't. They can't do that now. What I want to fight him over the word, we'll probably jump him.
We jump him, but he allowed at the barbecue.
But I like it so far. Yo, Tommy got good taste.
Hey, she bad. Tommy
got good taste, man.
Listen here. When they walked into that bar, like, how like some people are just so beautiful that when you see him, you just like, goddamn.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that the Irish mob runs Chicago.
Yeah, it's always been that way.
Really?
Yeah. And I stay out of that.
Yeah. The Italians run New York. The Irish run Chicago.
It was Chicago. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he stepped in and walked up and like,
in Chicago,
your son's stupid as fuck. Here's your bag.
Yeah, and then it was the Irish versus the blacks for a long time.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically, when he said, "Don't overstay your welcome too long," like he's not gonna tell you that twice.
Yeah.
But I'm staying, bro.
Yeah. Tommy different.
You need me before I need you.
I love
this is where the privilege gets in, because if he was black, it'd be like, nigga, pop.
Right there. Dumped him in the water.
And I I like the characters that we've gotten introduced so far. The character I can't remember his name that got out of jail.
Yeah, that's
I
what I was gonna
like I
ask you
like
about.
that I
Yeah.
like that they show in the preview to the next episode they showed him and Tommy meeting and interacting. I can't wait to see what that relationship is like. But yeah, as far as like a premiere, I like the characters. Love Tommy. We already know we like Tommy, and I like where I can see the storyline going so far. So it's a win for me.
I don't want to wait till the end of the year for this, but I think we do need to have a list, and I'm not sure how far down that list has to go, but we got to start shouting out some of these black content creators. And what I mean by that is the two people that's on the top of my list as of right now, and that's 50 and that's Nas.
Well, let's keep in mind though, we have to give Courtney Kemp more credit than 50 Cent.
I get it. I get it.
50 is the producer, which means that he pays for everything. He gets the contracts. He probably books some of the talent. But as far as the story, she's the
Kevin
executive
Feige.
producer and her writing team that does all this. 50 is not in there writing episodes. So I feel you, Baylor, but we need to make sure we start giving Courtney Kemp her flowers as well.
That's true. That means we got to go deeper. In other words, we got to go deeper into the roster.
For sure.
I just want to give the flowers to some of the cats that we grew up listening to that's still giving us, are a part of great content.
Culture.
For
Yeah,
sure. For sure.
yeah. But definitely to the people that's actually putting pen to the paper and pointing and making sure everything is pieced together. Yeah, we definitely got to go write down their names too.
For sure. For sure.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So for me, remember, I didn't follow all of Power, the first Power. I did learn to respect Tommy because I did watch later to connect to all the rest of this. This is a very interesting show. It's almost comedic because it's like unreal how this motherfucker just walk into shit and just do whatever the fuck he wants and fuck any black chick he wants. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's a good first episode to go into what's about to happen. I don't know how the transition from Ghost or two to this book two to this works, and again with the timeline is, but I'm interested to see where this goes. I think they have an opportunity to do a lot more with Tommy because I know a lot more white people will be watching the show because of Tommy.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, it opens the door, which means more eyes on this show to expand the universe of Power.
For sure.
So
You want to know one thing I want to see if they keep what's inside his season is him dealing with those death demons of all those bodies that he had to witness, the ones that was close to him.
Kind of like the scene we saw with Tariq, with everybody coming back in the classroom
but also in the very
we didn't talk
beginning
about
of
that.
in the very beginning of his scene where he almost crashed thinking about everybody that
Yeah. Baylor, thank you for reminding me that. That right there went to show that he's not one of those dudes who just don't give a fuck. He actually does. That scene right there showed how human he is.
He's
That
emotional.
was a great.
He just
But that was
doesn't
a
know how to
great
process his emotions.
exactly.
But Baylor, the way you brought that up, that was a great representation of exactly who he is. And I
Yeah.
gotta hide behind this. Not hide behind this. I gotta be this person to survive, but I am human.
Yeah,
So they did a really good job of that.
he screamed it out, and he went right back into character.
That's Baylor. You on fire today, bro?
Absolutely. All right. Well, that is it for today. Anything else with the Power thing before we end? I know we got an announcement, but anything else?
I need to know what else is on the horizon. I know Tate. I know we're talking about Method Man and Redman. Somewhere Redman's going to fit into this.
No, I love
guess
it.
for that story.
I love it. I hope so.
Yeah.
It has to, because they're not going to bring that up for no reason. What's going to happen? Because I think both counselors are going to be on odds, because now dude is saying, I got to go back. I'm going to help you build your case and blah, blah, blah to take these people down, whatever.
Shouldn't we be getting a Raising Cane?
Yeah.
So another Raising Kanan.
Yeah, Raising Kanan, and then probably the Tate spinoff. But that's it. That's all of them at that point, unless they announce something new. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I know that Tate wasn't gonna be filthy.
That could be really smart. They could take on a lot of political issues with that.
Yep.
I'm intrigued.
All right. Well, that is it for today. But we do have an announcement before we leave, and that is we're going to be doing the Breaks Radio Playlist Challenge. And so what this is we're going to be 5 track playlists from each one of us, and we will be competing against one another. The other two will be voting on it. So first matchup is Marquis versus Mary, and the theme is boom bap rap.
Why would you do that? Why
Ooh,
Cause
would
I
you
know
do
my
that?
people. I know my people.
But you already know what's gonna happen there. You shouldn't even do that. You shouldn't
I
even do
know.
that.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So okay, explain a little more. Boom bap rap. Go ahead. We
Boom
got to
bap
put
rap.
together a playlist of boom bap. Okay.
Yeah. That's it. That's literally it.
LL Cool J radio.
Nope. Nope.
No,
Nope.
And then you have to tell us whether the playlist should be played in order or on shuffle, and then we're gonna judge it.
Okay.
Mm.
I will really quick before we do. You know what? Add that on because I want to say my little Black People of Rock too because I got a point to make there. But go ahead, Baylor. Go ahead. You got any questions about that one?
No, I think it's something I might want to share offline that goes with the new challenge.
Okay.
So just remember, I want to talk about something because
That'd be cool.
I don't want to bring it up for the listeners to hear it and we scrap it.
Okay. No,
All
we gonna
right, cool.
dude. You bring up some great ideas. We're gonna do that shit. You know, with group participation. My Black People of Rock too. This is funny as fuck though. We want to talk about Pam and Tommy, the show from Hulu, but every black person is thinking Pam and Tommy from Martin.
That's
That is the
exactly
best
it.
thing
Yeah.
I've heard since, y'all. That is fucking amazing.
Oh, I
Yeah.
got something to add to your segment too.
Go ahead. I'm not gonna have a segment. I just thought that was amazing. But go ahead.
Anybody out there that got an Oculus 2, the Foo Fighters are doing a VR concert February 13th.
Right before Valentine's Day. That's what I'm talking about. I'm
Yeah.
in. I'm in. Thank you.
All right. Well, that is it. Go ahead and give them your social media, Bailey. What you got for us before we leave?
At Baylorism on Twitter, at Baylorism on TikTok. I am the dating pool department manager. You can call my hotline at area code 669-500-5342. Please call in with all your complaints. If you have receipts, that might help you, it might not. And remember, the dating pool has shit in it. Get out and get in another one.
All right. Well, okay. Shit. All right, Marquis.
Um, I'm not gonna swim in that pool. I feel bad for my Lakers. I support my Lakers all 100%. You know what? Check out my son Jr. Key. I'm not plugging me. My motherfucker dope. I gotta give it to him. I don't even listen to this genre of rap as much, but that motherfucker dope. So
All right. And I got nothing. You can follow me at CEO Hayes. You can follow us collectively at The Breaks Radio. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, thebreaksradio@gmail.com. And lastly, if you want to leave us a voicemail, you can do so at 773-270-2799. Jesus. Oh, shit. I threw a mind fart there. But that's it from us for today. We love you guys.
yo, dude,
Peace.
for KRS-One, I'm coming after you, bro. I'm still trying to find you. You gonna get it, bro.
That is hilarious. All right. And
I
we
need